welcome back. It is Laura at Hyperstamper. Today's junk journal is something I've been really looking forward to making. It is a butterfly themed journal, and I used this plate from 1905. I had 3 to choose from. I got these out of a very, very old book, but aren't they gorgeous? And I love butterflies. It's one of the things I do collect. And it's just spectacular. So I put this on the front of this 1937 book, Universe of Knowledge, and this is the plate of exotic butterflies. And I did some of my vintage and Art Deco beads down the side to sort of match the colors of the butterflies, and some vintage lace here. I really, really love it. Not every single page is butterfly themed antique ephemera, but a lot of it is. So let me take you on a little tour. These are the original first pages of the book, and these are some pressed flowers that I pressed myself, and I've glued them down. I love how it looks on a vintage dictionary page. And this is from 1925 here, moss, butterflies, moths, and other insects. Fun. And then this here is a card from the 1950s. It's got the sparkles on it, and it was never sent, so you can either use it or journal in it. And it's even got the original envelope to go with it. It does have some boxing staining on it, but I love it anyways. And here is some vintage crochet down here, and a 1950s doily making page. Now this here is from 1927, and it's a little poem by William Wordsworth, To a Butterfly, and it's lovely. It's got the illustration there. This is just a fun little children's book page with some antique paper on the back for journaling. And this here is from 1950, and it is a iron-on transfer for making tea towels. See here, and it's got the butterfly motif, so somebody could actually use it if they want. There's instructions there on how to iron it on, but it had the butterflies, so I really wanted to include that in here, even though I've been saving it for forever. But I think it's very special. A nice old page here, and then this is just from the early 1900s, and it's just a really cool toothpaste, original toothpaste in a tube advertisement. And this is from the 1920s. It's a British train ticket for 10p. And then here we go, authentic 1950s bingo card. It is not a photocopy. Nothing in here is digital or photocopied. No commercial products. This is a beautiful 1906 poem here from a school book, The Butterfly. This is just a really cool 1920s page here, business letter writing, vintage dictionary page, and look at this beauty. I chose this antique postcard because it's got a butterfly on it, and it's my last butterfly postcard. I went through every single one of my 150 postcards, and this is from the very early 1900s. It's beautifully embossed too. Like, it's really pretty. And then this here is, of course, an actual page from a postcard album, also from the late 1800s, early 1900s. It's very old, but it's really cool. You can tuck your own photos in here if you like. And I even have this little piece here from the early 1900s, Birds of America book. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, you can have lots of fun with this. And I'm just going to tuck that back in there. It's got lots of different size options, horizontal and vertical. I'm going to take that out so I do it properly. Sorry, I don't want it to tear. There we go. Lovely images here from that vintage dictionary page. Little vintage. Whoop. Just got a little bit of glue on it. That's still good. And this is from 1955, I believe. And it is from a teen magazine. But look at this. Here's Elvis and Dolores Hart in a lively action shot from Loving You. Look at that. Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. I'm probably going to kick myself for giving this away because it's probably got some value. To get some original Elvis paraphernalia and memorabilia is pretty awesome. But there you go. That's pretty cool. And then this is the inside netting of an antique book. And I turned it into a belly band. And this is from the early 1900s as well. It's a beautiful plate here of these two gorgeous Victorian women. And you can journal on the back of that. Again, original boxing and staining there. A little butterfly that I punched out of antique paper. A vintage bird book page. This is an antique photograph album page, the black on black, and you'll see more of that in a bit. Antique book page here. This is a 1937 student's book page. And just a cute little piece I got out of a book with 1889 paper on the back. And another plate here from the early 1900s. You can journal on the back of that as well. It's an antique music sheet here, and this is the back cover of that music sheet. Country music, sacred music, and tops and song folios. Pretty cool. That came out of a 1937 newspaper, Letters to the Editor. Little donkey down here. And here is a lovely vintage hanky that was never purchased. It came right from the store to me, and that is from the 1960s. This is research papers that are stapled together there, and from, as far as we can see, the research is from the 1800s. Here's a little photograph that I had in my collection. These kids here are from, I think, about the mid-50s. A sweet little family there, and you can take those out. I put in the vintage photo corners. I did a fun cluster here, 1904 page here. This is a lovely front page, cover page of a antique book, and I just added this on the back because I thought this was very, very cool. It was part of the book from the early 1900s. And then I've got one of my flinch cards. That's number 4. That's from the 30s. And then this here came from an antique book, butterflies and caterpillars there. 1930s here. This is a vintage atlas page from the 50s. And then this pocket here is from 1910, children's book page. And then I just thought this was fun from the 50s, fun advertisement. And then a 1950s Pearl Shop receipt. Yes, I still have about 100 more of those. 1904 English Countryside book page. Gorgeous full color. And you can journal on the back of that. And then this here came from a 1930s children's book page as well. Beautiful monarch butterfly. And vintage paper on the back there. This is a very, very old book cover that I just liked how worn it was and the fabric on it. And so I turned it into a tag with some butterflies and a little piece of a newspaper here. So you can journal on that tag as well. Pretty cool, eh? 1930s. Little journaling card. This is just a vintage postcard from the Trocadero in London. Another early 1930s journaling page there from Peter Painter. Love that storybook. It's got a butterfly here, and that is from the early 1900s as well. And here is a 1965 ledger page from Hayward and Lane, sorry. And 1800s page down there. And look, I just really, really think this is so pretty. It was the end page of a book. Lovely. That's from the 50s. And then look at this stunning page here, and this is from 1925. And Dorothy Donnelly. And then on the back, this gorgeous illustration of a boy riding his horse and getting the cattle. I just think it's stunning. So pretty. Okay. Another, this is from an art book, 1920s. It's from a 1940s children's book page here. Another wonderful plate here. December 1907 newspaper there. Another one of these wonderful English countryside plates. And this is a nice journaling spot here. More children's book pages and art pages. And a ledger page. So I hope you love this as much as I loved making it. Thanks.